Oh, you just pressed play on This Week with Drunk Astrology. My name is Breitenstein. I'm your astrologer and the creator of Drunk Astrology. If you're looking for someone to make astrology make sense to you and for you, well, my friend, you have come to the right place. Here on this podcast, we discuss the weekly cosmic weather. And when we break it down, we break it down. I believe that astrology can be used as a tool to inform your daily decisions and enhance your day-to-day life. So if you're ready to have a hell of a lot of fun with astrology, make some strategic decisions, and to just keep it real, well, that journey starts right now. What's it gonna be? 'Cause I can't pretend, no. Don't you wanna be more than friends? Hold me tight and don't let go. Don't let go. I'm about to lose control. Y'all, do not mind me. Ignore the first 26 seconds of this podcast. Welcome to the episode for the week of February 20th through the 26th, 2023. I'm cutting up. I'm acting a fool. I've got nostalgia on the brain, and you might too, because it's officially Pisces season. Pisces rules nostalgia, reflection, looking back, but also music, dance, poetry, creative arts, emoting, painting, expressing yourself artistically and creatively. And that, as I was prepping the aspects for this week, In Vogue was, I don't know, I haven't thought of In Vogue, and I have not even sung an In Vogue song to myself for a really long time, but In Vogue, there it is. Don't let go. I used to love that song. And so I guess as I was preparing all my notes for this week, In Vogue said, hey, remember me? Remember us? So this week we actually have, are you even ready for it? I don't know if you're ready for it. You might not be ready for it. I'm going to drum roll. We actually have a bit of a quiet week. Now, I will say the first half of the week is the busier side, but by the time we get to the weekend, it's like kind of like it's oddly simple. It's oddly quiet, not like planetary aspects, none. Moon aspects, limited. So I was like, well, am I even going to take 30 minutes to talk about this week? So we'll see. We'll see how we do. There's a few things that we talked about last week, but because of the time zones and the time differences, I want to bring up at the start of this. We are just newly under, well, actually, depending on when you listen to this, if you're listening to this on Sunday, you're listening to this, unless you're up really late at night, we're still coming up on the Pisces new moon. So if you haven't done your manifestations yet, this is still, you actually, this is like a good week. So if you didn't do it over the weekend, if you didn't come to one of my manifestation workshops virtually or in person at Tansy, if you didn't sign up, if you're LA local and it's Sunday, you can still sign up. We start at 6:30. But we have the Pisces new moon at the top of this week. So we'll talk. I have new moon horoscopes for everyone. But we also have Venus entering Aries. So what an interesting dichotomy that creates with the sun newly in Pisces. And if you want the astro geek term, it's the ingress. So the sun ingressed into Pisces, which ingress means at 0 degree, that very first degree of a new sign. With that, right on the other side of that ingress, we have Venus making her entrance or ingress into Aries. So the sun in Pisces, the moon in Pisces, says rest, relax, retreat, conserve your energy, sleep, rest. I will say, I prepped this podcast and my eyes got super heavy. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take Astrologer Graham's advice. I am going to go take a 30-minute nap. And I'm going to get up and then I'm going to record. And when I tell you the difference that 30 minutes just made, and I'm not one, and I have plenty of friends and a partner that will attest to this, I'm not one that will usually choose the nap. I will usually work through, I will slug my way through with heavy eyes. I'll pour more coffee, make a tea, eat something spicy. I am one to push myself through because I want to be efficient. I want to get the work done. However, I have already spoke on this. Not the year. There are repercussions and consequences on the health front this year in particular with that lunar new year, the shift into the water rabbit. And next month, Saturn entering Pisces. There are consequences for overexertion, for exhausting yourself, for pushing yourself past the limit, the point of no return, or when you know that you need to step away, but you keep pushing anyway. There are repercussions. So I just want to keep guiding you and guiding you and guiding you to not push beyond your limit. If that is your norm, hello, your spiritual coach here can relate. But I am taking my own advice in those moments and stepping back and going, okay, I think I can walk away. I think I can go on the balcony for 15 minutes. I think I can take Rocket out for a walk. I think I could go to the coffee shop, around the corner. It's about, I don't know, not even a 6-minute walk from my apartment. And, get into some nature, breathe some air, walk around a little bit. So this is the idea. But what a funny dichotomy that we have the sun, the moon, and Pisces at the moment, at least on Sunday. Well, and Monday too. And actually, okay, great, Graham. Look at your own notes, Monday and Tuesday. But then Venus, our love goddess, our relationships, our desire nature, in heavy-hitting, fast-paced moving Aries. So now there's a strike for balance in the sky. But here's the one thing I want to mention about this week. And it's not just unique to this week, but this is the first week that it actually stuck out to me. We are missing Earth in the sky. As an element, we are missing Earth, especially in our personal planets. The sun's in water, Mercury is in air, Venus is now in fire, Mars is in air, Jupiter's in fire, Saturn's in air, and here's the only Earth we got, and I don't even count it because of the planet two planets we're going to talk about. Uranus, the planet of revolution, change, upheavals, earthquakes, is in Taurus. So there's an Earth sign, but Earth sign is shaking up the Earth. So there's no real stabilizers there. Neptune's in water. Pluto is in Earth as well. It's in Capricorn. But here's another one of those astro-geeky terminology, vocabulary words. Pluto is now at 29 degrees of Capricorn. In astrology, this is known as the anaretic degree. When a planet enters the last degree of a sign, it peaks. It hits a climactic moment of its whole journey through this sign. Now, Pluto has been... Now, you're going to have to be patient with me because I knew I was supposed to do something before I signed on, and I forgot to look up when Pluto entered Capricorn. Because when I tell you this date, I think I know it's 2008, but I just want to... Oh, yep, okay, great, perfect. 2008. So Pluto's been in Capricorn for, let's see, what is that? There's 10 years, there's 4 years. So 15 years Pluto has been in Capricorn. And now it is at the anaretic degree where it is going to peak 15 years of a journey through Capricorn, so Pluto dismantles, it disrupts, it puts something through you go through a life death cycle, you go through rebirth with Pluto. And Capricorn is infrastructure, it is corporations, it's political systems, it's the Me Too movement is totally a Pluto and Capricorn dismantling of infrastructure within an industry, right? So these are all the types of things. So we can imagine that from now until the moment Pluto enters Aquarius, which is March 23rd, so we're not too far, we're about a month away from it, that there is going to be quite some peaks with this energy. And reminders of lessons learned since 2008 with wherever Pluto falls in your chart, wherever Capricorn is in your chart, take a look. And just kind of see, like, okay, I'm going to pay attention. Now, Pluto is a slow burn, but at the anaretic degree, he can be pretty potent. So the lessons and things in terms of, the infrastructure of whatever house is ruled by Capricorn in your chart, you're probably gonna feel a little something. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, the idea that we're missing Earth in the sky, at least stabilizing Earth, is a call for grounding, and it's a call for stability. It's a call for organization. It's a call for regimentation, establishing some sort of routine for yourself. Just think, sun and, the sun. Of our personal planets, the sun's in water, right? So that's wishy-washy. That's kind of ebb and flow. That is, kind of fuzzy. Things not really like all the way making sense. Mercury's in air, so he's flying high. He's got a lot of ideas. He's exchanging ideas. He's thinking about collaboration, communities and groups organizing. Venus, newly in fire, she's pushing, going. She's got a need for speed when she's in Aries. Now, the word of caution there when it comes to relationships, Venus in Aries, avoid. Oh, I just saw a hummingbird. Oh, that's such a good omen. Oh gosh, I love being attuned to all of this, and I hope you do too. But the cautionary tale, when you've got the love goddess, relationships, love, money, desire, when you've got that nature in Aries, avoid steamrolling. And Venus is going to be there until March 16th, which is a very powerful day next month, because that's also the day that Mars finally clears his retrograde shadow, and we can finally be done with cleaning up 2022's mess. So if you're going crazy still with muck from 2022, don't worry, we're almost there. We all just got to get through March. If we can get through March, there's a brand new day come April, so just hold on tight. And then Mars is also in air, so there's all this things not taking shape fully. We don't have all the pieces of the puzzle yet according to just the elements that are and are not present in the sky. So I just want you to carry that with you. Because we don't have Earth to pull on, or just kind of already in the sky available to us, then it's up to us to create the stability that we're looking for. Okay? So just keep that in mind. It might help you. Some of you, I know, I've talked to some clients recently that have moved, or that have moved within the last year, but they're still living out of boxes. It's harder when nothing's really taking shape and everything's kind of moving fast, but moving really slow at the same time. I get it, but now, so you're being asked to be intentional and create what you're lacking yourself. And I'm telling you, when we get on the other side of March, you are going, we're going to get, there's just turning points. There are so many different turning points, turning a new leaf, things coming to an end, making sense. once we get through March. March is just full of like turn, pivot, turn. And I think it's going to be a welcomed reprieve, but we got to get through it first, you know? So there's my cosmic sermon for the for this week, the week of the 20th through the 26th. Just things to carry with you. Now, let's just hit this news board really quick. Don't have a lot of items on the news board, but I do have some updates about Daily Dose of Stars. If you didn't know, Daily Dose of Stars is the subscription portion of this podcast. So it is daily 2 to 4 minute podcast episodes to align you with the energy of that day, to tell you when the moon, when you should and shouldn't do your grocery shopping, or like this week, when the fate is on your side. When you have these points called the nodes of fate, when they are moving, they typically are moving retrograde, and then they have these rare moments in time where they are moving forward. They have direct motion, and this week we have that. So daily dosers, make sure you're pressing play on your on each episode this week, because the nodes of fate are in your favor this week, and you are not going to want to miss that information, because it's there are moments of shaking hands. There's fated moments of just needing to be out and about, or sending a message, making a pitch, sending a proposal. This is where you can use astrology to really kind of life hack your current circumstances. Like when you should make certain moves, knowing when the nodes of fate are direct are absolutely one of them. So that being said, we had quite a number of new subscribers this week, some of which is my family. So thank you, family. But let's just go through the list here. We've got Lauren Miller, which is not only just a client. She and I went to high school together. So Lauren, I am so happy to have you subscribe to Daily Dose. My sister-in-law, Yasmin Garza, she is now a Daily Doser. Candace Schultz, welcome, welcome, welcome. Jesse Podolinsky, I'm glad that we were able to onboard you. Leela Bardalis, hello. She was in my Pisces New Moon Manifestation Workshop. My mom, Judy Breitenstein, is also a Daily Doser. And then we've got Jade Reeves, who also came in, and overachiever, just like my friend Teresa Stone. She upped it from $10 a month to $11. So thank you, Jade. That really means a lot. We are at a total of 27 Daily Dose subscribers. Now we're inching our way to that 100 subscriber goal by the end of February. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has, including myself, because I'm also a Daily Doser. I am one of the numbers of that 27. But it's crazy, and I was sharing this with a few of you over on Instagram through direct message throughout last week, but I record all the daily doses at one time. I sit down and I go through day by day and I record them. And then they are scheduled to go out 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Pacific every single day. By the way, if you want information on this, click in the show notes. All you have to do is scroll up on the episode page that you're currently on as you're listening to this. Just scroll up and you'll see a Contact Drunk Astrology with a subscribe to Daily Dose of Stars. I created a beautiful landing page. All the information you need, great testimonials from Daily Dosers that have written me on their own accord. I did not prompt any kind of testimonial from anyone. I had just received amazing messages of gratitude and just saying, you're making life make sense. That's literally what someone said. You make life make sense. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do with astrology as a tool to do it. So yes, if you're looking for that, just scroll up on the show page that you're currently on and you will see the link. And if you don't see that, just go to drunkastro.com and it's all right there. Like literally all right there. But yes, I just want to say thank you just from my heart for everyone, all 27 of you that have already subscribed. And those of you that might still be contemplating and wondering, it's $10 a month, and I'm telling you, you are going to get just alone. This is what one subscriber said. Just knowing when the moon is void and avoiding shopping, going to the groceries, and just saving money on food that would have gone to waste pays for itself. And actually, Leela gave me a great little tip during our new moon manifestation workshop. She said that her credit card rewards are actually paying for the $10 a month. So I thought that was pretty amazing, because she uses her credit card every single month, and likely, I mean, I know I do, to my detriment sometimes. But there you have that available to you. If you have cashback rewards, that cashback can go towards this $10 a month, and it's not even something withdrawn, it's just coming out of your cashback. I've been hearing great things about the Apple Card too. That's a credit card that I actually really want to get, because their cashback rewards are supposed to be amazing. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. The only other news board item I have for you is just to remind you, we are inching our way to the end of March, which means the yearly reading, my 2023 yearly reading, is almost coming to an end. So if you are debating whether or not you want to get that yearly reading, sooner than later, because we are inching up on the deadline. And then it'll go away until next year. And even next year, I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to kind of put it in your ear. The structure of how I offer readings is going to be changing. Okay? Likely by the end of March. I've been collecting intel and taking courses and all kinds of things. So likely, not likely, it is. The structure of how I offer readings is going to change. But for now, I'm honoring what I set out and how I've done it every year. But if you're contemplating the yearly reading, you've got just a few more weeks left. And a reminder, PayPal is there to split payments. They have so many different payment options, it's crazy. You could split in 4 payments. You can get a credit limit and pay it off in 6 months interest free. You can break it down into, I think one client did $24 a month for 2 years or something like that. They have so many options. So I've added that feature so that more people have access to this kind of reading. It's a specialty reading, by far my most successful, and the one that most people, starting right before Thanksgiving, people start going, knock, knock, knock. Yearly reading? Is that coming soon? Which makes me really happy, of course, obviously. Okay, let's talk about the Pisces new moon. I'm going to give you just a little rundown. We're going to go by elements, just so for the sake of time. But I want to give you this just to keep in mind. Now, remember that when we have a new moon, the moon goes dark, right? We cannot see a new moon because the sun, moon, and earth are in perfect alignment, and the moon is taking out the sun's light. So we can't see her. So in this area that I'm about to talk about for your sign and for your element, you might feel a little lost in this zone, and you might feel like you're in the dark. I just feel like this, it's not there. I'm not feeling it. This is what is available to you, but it is also where the universe has your ear, has your best interest, and it is about the symbolism of the new moon is an empty vessel. So think of it as as a plant pot, right? And so we got the soil in, and now what are we going to plant in it? What are we going to fertilize? What are we going to water? What are we going to grow over 2 weeks and 6 months? Okay, so this is why new moons are ripe for manifestation. Now, those people that don't follow astrology and aren't in sync with the lunar phases, aren't in sync with the planetary cycles, during this time, if you're running around going, I hate my life, I hate my job, I hate this, I'm so over this, I just want to be done, this sucks, my life sucks. Well, those are the seeds you're planting that are going to come to harvest in 2 weeks' time. and in 6 months' time. So, if anything, I just want you to alter the way you are planting seeds in your subconscious and conscious right now, okay? So let's just run down this really quick. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is a time to process. This is a time to pull back, to rest, to kind of like recluse in a way. Healthy cave person is the idea here. You want to give your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit the time it needs to process and just relax. Remember, there are health consequences this year. This is your call to say, I am prioritizing my rest. Now, moving on to the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is a time to partner, to connect, to communicate. Your relationships are your sweet spot. Now, if right now you feel a little dark when it comes to relationships, this is why you start switching your mindset and saying consciously, this is what I'm planting. When it comes to relationships, to partnerships, to connections, remember, of all kind. It's not just romantic. A lot of people hear relationships and you automatically assume romance. This is also collaborations at work, connections with your friend circle, with kind of communities and groups. These are your sweet spots. Plant seeds in those areas. Air signs, Geminis, Libras, and Aquarians. This is time to plant seeds of organization, of routine, of prioritizing your day-to-day. Health is a big function here. Work is a big theme here. So air signs, prioritize and just say, this is what I'm building. I'm building towards this. Those are the seeds you're planting. Answer the question, what are you building towards? Water signs, last but not least, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's the fire. It is time to go. It is time to press go, to enact on momentum, to create momentum, to put yourself out there unapologetically, to get yourself out of your nest, your cave, and just ignite. It is, kind of opposite of your normal nature, but it is time to go, 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 okay? You've had enough flow, and now it's like, oh, no. Yeah, I'm committing to taking action where action is needed, okay? So that's just a little new moon horoscope rundown. It's just a small little bit of what I cover in my workshops. Now, let's go through the moon so we can just get you going there. Moon phases this week, Monday and Tuesday. The moon is in Pisces. The Pisces moon on Tuesday, which is also Mardi Gras. So I hope none of you overdo it, because Pisces does rule substance abuse, addiction, that kind of thing. So, if you're someone who wrestles with those themes, be careful under the Pisces moon, because it can, the temptation can come around. But also, just those of you that go out and live your very best lives socially, just be careful of overdoing it. The moon is void at 8:06 p.m. and then enters Aries at 9:14 p.m. The moon is in Aries late Tuesday night, Wednesday. Remember, all the times I give you are Pacific Standard, so adjust for your time zone. Moon is in Aries late Tuesday night, all day Wednesday, which is also Ash Wednesday. And Thursday, the 23rd, going void at 11:22 p.m. with a square to Pluto. It's a little combative there, a little stressful, a little, kind of a energy of overcoming. Got to overcome some kind of struggle. Then the moon enters Taurus at 12:29 a.m. on Friday, and it is in Taurus Friday, Saturday, Sunday, going void at 6:42 a.m., trine to Pluto, entering Gemini at 7:48 a.m. Okay, so we've got the moon in Pisces at the top of the week, which is more like rest, relaxation, take your time, chill. Aries, Wednesday, Thursday, which is go, go, go. And then Taurus, Friday, Saturday, and into early Sunday, which is more like conserve your energy. Also, Taurus moons are great for just dining out. And then Gemini moon on Sunday. It's time to connect. It's time to communicate. It's time to like hustle and bustle. That's what Gemini moons are good for. Planetary wise, Monday there's a Mercury Chiron sextile 60 degrees away from each other. This is positive flow. Mercury and Aquarius, high-minded, cerebral, a little detached from the emotional journey that Chiron brings. So it's just a nice flow with like a nice ability, I think, to detach from a kind of like any kind of like nerves and just kind of go, no, like I'm good. It's all right. Like this is fine. On Tuesday, we have a little bit of a Mercury-Uranus square at 2:22 p.m. Look at that sequence of numbers. But when Mercury in Aquarius has a square to Uranus in Taurus, it's breaking that fixed mentality, right? So there's an abrupt change. There is, it can be a stressful change to the plan, a conversation that can just kind of like not necessarily throw you for a loop. If you're someone who is resistant to change, Tuesday's aspect can challenge you. But if you remain flexible and go with it, then that's your way through. Now, Wednesday, we have a great aspect with Mercury and Mars. It's a nice 120-degree trine. That is positive forward motion, great ideas, great momentum, great energy, great drive, communications about moving forward. Perfection. And then there are no major planetary aspects the rest of the week. So that's why I say Monday through Thursday are the busy days. And then by the time you get to the weekend, just chill. And if you don't feel like if you're not chilling over the weekend, remember, this is what is available to you. Okay? That's it from me. I'm going to sign off. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope to see you subscribe to Daily Dose of Stars because there is so much information that there's just not time and space for in this weekly that I can get to on a day-by-day breakdown. Okay? So have a wonderful week. I will see you throughout Instagram, social media, your inbox, and all the things. All right. Have a great one. Big cosmic hugs. Bye. This is Graham Breitenstein, and you've been listening to This Week with Drunk Astrology. If you want to follow Drunk Astrology, head to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and hit that follow button. And if you want to learn how to put astrology in motion for you, head to drunkastro.com and get on the insider list. If you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast on Apple, Spotify, and Google platforms. Tune in next week for yet another opportunity to work in sync with the stars. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.